first book in the series is Proxy, and Proxy is a futuristic thriller set in a world where the wealthy pay for the poor to take their punishments when they break the rules or break the law. And it's about two 16-year-old boys from opposite ends of this society. Knox, who is 16 years old, who is from the richest, most powerful family in the city, and he's got everything you could ever want. The best technology, the best clothes, the best cars. He's good looking. He has a new girlfriend every week, and he never even bothers to learn their names. He's a total jerk. And he never has to face the consequences for it, because he has a proxy named Sid, who's an orphan, who lives in the slums of this futuristic city, who's got nothing to his name, doesn't even own his own name. His name is Sidney Carton, a name assigned to him when he was a baby from a book, from Tale of Two Cities. It's not, he doesn't even know his real name. And whenever Knox messes up, Sid takes his punishment, until Knox messes up in a big way, and the punishment is too much for Sid to bear. So Sid breaks his proxy contract, goes on the run, and gets caught up in a conspiracy. He and Knox get caught up in this conspiracy together, and it turns out these two boys who were never supposed to meet are going to need each other in order to survive. But of course, they don't get along so well, and they're going to have to survive each other first. And that's what Proxy is about. Guardian is the follow-up to Proxy, and it deals with the aftermath of the events. There's some pretty big, earth-shaking events that occur in this book, and Guardian is about what happens next. What happens when systems fall, when the powerless become the powerful. How do we survive? How do we endure in a new world order? And at the same time, there is a strange disease breaking out that might have something to do with this revolution that is occurring. And Sid and his friends are going to have to deal with that, and their own beliefs and their own faith in the system and in each other are going to be pushed and tested. And ultimately, if Proxy is kind of a story of friendship, these two boys who were never supposed to meet, learning how to trust each other and become friends. Guardian is much more, there's a little romance in Guardian. There's no romance in Proxy, really. There's more bromance, but Guardian has a bit of romance in it, too. And it's about how, in a brutal circumstance and in a world that is broken and wounded, how do we heal each other, and how do we find love and trust and kindness in a world that doesn't reward those things? And so it's a story about healing, really. At the same time, as I say all of that, these big ideas, ultimately, as big as those ideas are, these stories are meant to be exciting page-turning reads where the action comes fast and the explosions are huge and the technology is cool. And so I hope within all those big ideas and big emotions, it's also just a page-turner and an exciting read. I'll name a few. So the basic concept for Proxy came from a book I read in 4th or 5th grade called The Whipping Boy by Sid Fleischman. And so the character of Sid is kind of named after him in a way. And that is about the medieval concept of the whipping boy, a boy who takes the punishments in the place of the prince, who gets whipped in the place of the prince because you can't hit the prince. And so I owe a debt to that book. Also the sci-fi books that came before me that influenced me, books like Ender's Game, books like M.T. Anderson's Feed, which is one of my absolute favorites, the sci-fi of Philip K. Dick and Ray Bradbury, huge influences. Cyberpunk, which was really big in the 80s and 90s, writers like Neil Stephenson, who wrote Snow Crash. Those were big influences on me and my kind of worldview and the kind of book I wanted to create. But also Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, I can't deny, was a big influence on Proxy and that kind of social consciousness in writing. George Orwell and his dystopia of 1984 was a big influence. I think Feed by M.T. Anderson is a great book to read. I think Marie Lu's Legend trilogy is wonderful and certainly deals with a lot of the same themes. I love The Hunger Games. One of my favorite dystopian or futuristic sort of action series is called Chaos Walking by Patrick Ness. I think the concept of that is just so cool and deals with some big, intense issues in really cool ways. So I'd recommend that as well. I hope you all will pick up Proxy and its sequel Guardian and read it. Thanks so much for your time and your attention. I hope you enjoy these characters and fall in love with Sid and Nox and all the ordeals I put them through. Check out the books. Pick it up from National Bookstore, who have brought me here all the way from New York City to Manila. I'm so grateful for them to doing it, for bringing me, and I'm so grateful for all of you reading my books and sharing these adventures with me. Thanks so much.